TV rating boxes on my television, the next show in the country would be 11 p.m. Sports Center. I never miss it. In my opinion, it's the best thing going. Okay, maybe it won't hit _1, but it'll definitely give Dom and Greg a run for their money.
A very underrated defense. Daryl Gardner forces an incompletion, knocks Drew Bledsoe to the ground.
Face it, America. Situation comedy, it's a dead genre.
Not gonna like this either. 25 yards.
At the Michigan Speedway on pit road, they look to their drivers, Jeff Gordon, who is leading the race, Tony Stewart running in second, and Dale Earnhardt now up in third spot as we get set to go back to green flag racing. Below their running position are the points position. You see Dale Jarrett, the points leader, Dale Earnhardt 7th in the points, Tony Stewart 6th, Gordon 5th, and Jeff Burton in 4th. Here we get set now for the restart once again. Everybody up on his feet.
And Bob, for the fans that wondered if any of the lead cars stopped for fuel, no, they did not. They didn't figure they could make it the rest of the way, so there will have to be at least a splash and go for all of those up front. Earnhardt trying to look on the inside of Stewart. He's trying to look on the inside of Gordon. And Tony Stewart has a lead off too. Well, we have talked about how that car works down on the inside, and he just got a run down on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Earnhardt trying to get around. Jeff Gordon taking over second place.
Here comes Jarrett to the inside of Jeffrey Bodine. Here's a lap down. 21st with 20 cars on the lead lap. Tony Stewart led a lap earlier. While pit stops were being made, Tony now has the front position once again. He started back in 37th position, has been as low as 38th, but now is the leader. Here's John Kernan with more.
Bob, just as Tony Stewart came through the trial, we'll hear he radioed to the crew. He said, "Hey guys, how does this look?" And Greg Zipadelli radioed back and said, "It looks beautiful, baby."
Tony Stewart 6th in the point standing since 1958, when the Rookie of the Year was first selected. The highest finishing rookie was in 1966 when James Helton finished second. Only 5 of the 41 Rookies of the Year have finished in the top 10. 6 rookies in all. The last driver to finish in the top 10 was Jody Ridley in 1980. Bill Weber has more on Jeff Gordon.
Well, it's a frustrating ride right now for Gordon. Loose, loose, loose. And what he told Ray Evernham under caution is that the car is good at the beginning after they change tires, but as soon as it heats up, the right rear starts to go away. The grip starts to go away. The clouds will help them a little bit, but not much. Gordon's not very happy with his car, but he's not the only guy out there complaining about it.
And they talk about the clouds. They're over about 60% of the racetrack right now. This portion they're in now is a shaded area of the track. Only halfway through turns 3 and 4 down to the start-finish line is under the sun.
Now, what do you think, BP? Here's Tony Stewart, who's in his rookie season here, and he's been driving race cars for a long time. He probably idolizes Dale Earnhardt. What do you think he's thinking about as he looks in his rearview mirror?
I don't know, Bob. Would he want to see Jeff Gordon? Would he want to be Jeff Gordon or Dale Earnhardt? Maybe Earnhardt would be the guy, but here goes Earnhardt for the lead. Wow, that looks like the Dale Earnhardt of old.
Yes, it does. Well, he's good at this racetrack, or at least he was in the IROC race that we televised for you earlier this year. He won, of course, at Talladega in 1999, and he is out front here at Michigan.
Here comes Jeff Gordon trying to get back on the inside of Dale Jarrett and retake that third position. Dale Earnhardt's car today has been good on a restart for about 10 or 15 laps. Let's see this time if he has any staying power. He's able to keep that Goodrich Chevrolet in front.
This is only the 5th race that Dale Earnhardt has led in 1999. Oh, big big crash. Several cars going to be involved. Many take evasive action and go down pit road at well over 100 miles an hour. Ricky Rudd slides through the grass right at the start-finish line, and Kevin LePage also takes a shortcut through the grass.
I think they're both going to be able to continue on. I think Rudd's car has a lot of damage to it. And I don't know who's that car. Is that Kenseth up against the wall? No, that's Dick Trickle's car.
Trickle right up against the outside wall, about 50 feet from the start-finish line. And here comes Dale Earnhardt to take the caution flag ahead of Tony Stewart. Dale Earnhardt Jr. tried to get his lap back, so did Jeffrey Bodine, but neither one of them were successful.
And we're in the window now, Bob, that we'll see most of them make pit stops. They should be able to go on fuel the rest of the distance.
Yep, when they come around next time, they'll complete the 150th lap, so they will be within their fuel window. Here's a replay of what happened up in turn 4.
Kevin LePage looks like gets bumped by someone. He spins around. Then Ernie Irvin gets hit by Ricky Rudd when he backs off the gas. Those two cars go, and now we see all the other cars. Ooh, was that Rusty Wallace? Yes, it just barely got missed. I keep saying Ernie Irvin. It's Dick Trickle in the M&M's car.
I was going to correct you. Now from Ricky Rudd's onboard camera, looking back.
He didn't get hit from behind. I thought someone ran the back of Ricky Rudd, but he did not get hit from behind.
Right behind the front runners. The incident took place. There's Trickle slamming against the outside wall and Rudd diving down. And look at the cars, about what, 7 or 8 cars taking evasive action and going down pit road.
Of course, they're allowed to speed down pit road under this circumstance. That's Kenny Wallace right behind. John?
Dale Earnhardt, the leader, first guy to hit the pits. Right side's going on. No adjustments, no air pressure adjustments. Car's been pretty good. They've been adjusting on it all day. They think they've got it where they need it. That left's going on. Full of fuel. He should be able to go the rest of the way to Bill Weber.
4 tires and a track bar adjustment for Gordon. They rip away and tear away on the rear windshield. They come around to the left side. Again, this is 4 tires and track bar adjustment to try and correct the loose conditions. Jerry.
4 tires and a wash of the windshield, but no adjustment for Bobby Labonte. And Labonte is down and away as Earnhardt, Gordon, Labonte, and a host of others as they head down pit road and what will probably be the last scheduled pit stop of the day.
And guys, we saw several just take on 2 tires and some maybe with just a splash of gas. Mark Martin was one of those that didn't get 4 tires because he got out very quick. Here's Rudd coming down pit road with that damage that he has on his Tide Ford.
On the left front of the car, he has some damage after spinning. They try to get the sheet metal away from the left front.
See him working. I don't know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the sheet metal away, but it looks like he had some pretty serious damage on the left side. Maybe not. Hopefully not.
Ricky had a good run going here today. That's going to ruin his day. But we have a really good race going on here. This is the incident that also involved Dick Trickle, Kevin LePage, and others that have brought out our 5th caution flag on the afternoon here in the Pepsi 400. We'll be back with more of our live coverage here on ESPN in just a moment.
Those brake pads really did the trick.
Great.
I got a couple more things I need. Do you think you have these?
Think? No problem. Hey, Jeff, can you get these for Dan?
I'm on it.
Hey, Dan, here you go. Anything else?
No, I think this'll do it.
All right, great.
Thanks, guys.
Not as fast as Charlotte. Yeah, I know. I was a little slow in that turn at aisle 3.
Advance Auto Parts. The best part is our people.
This is the Firebird Trans Am. And it's very hungry. The muscle car lives. Firebird Trans Am by Pontiac.
Sometimes I get distracted. Once I missed the beginning of NFL Tonight. I took my knowledge for granted, and it started to go away. Now, my knowledge is back. That makes me happy.
49 laps to go in the Pepsi 400, and at the conclusion of our coverage of this race, coming up next will be Shop Talk. Stand by for that, and we'll be back here for racing in a moment.
The Outlaw Octane Booster. Now with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s personal seal of approval.
These are Cobalt tools, the finest mechanics tools you can buy in any store. They've got contoured handles for a better grip. And the K-drive that grabs fasteners on the sides, not the corners, which means more torque, less rounding, and less slippage. So Cobalt tools can stand up to anything. From where I'm standing, that's a very good thing. Cobalt, setting the standard in mechanics tools. Made in the USA and guaranteed forever. At Lowe's Home Improvement Warehouse and online.
Hi, I'm Jeff Burton with an exciting message for NASCAR fans. Buy any Exide NASCAR Select product and get a Motorola pager free. It's a great way to enter the Exide NASCAR Select 99 sweepstakes. Every month you'll be paged with another chance to win cool prizes. You could even win $50,000 and be an honorary member of the Exide Racing Team Pit Crew for the first race of the next century. Look for details wherever Exide NASCAR Select is sold.
Holy shit, man, I gotta find a phone.
And once again, just as you rejoin us, we are set to go back to racing here at Michigan Speedway. This will complete the 153rd lap.
Green flag, green flag.
The leader of the race is Michael Waltrip, with Elliott Sadler second and Jimmy Spencer, Mark Martin, and Jeff Burton. But the positions are going to shuffle as they head for the corner.
Boy, this is going to be a real mess. Here goes Mark Martin trying to get Michael Waltrip very behind the racetrack. It's like he missed a shift or something. Well, either has a flat or something. Goes Earnhardt by Kenny Wallace. Here comes Jerry Nadeau, John Andretti. They're everywhere on both sides, Kenny.
And Mark Martin is going to come out of this with the lead. Those three cars ahead of him are not on the lead lap or getting back on the lead lap. Bobby Labonte is stuck way back in the field, and so is Tony Stewart. Bobby Labonte is back in 12th, Stewart 13th. Dale Jarrett is also in traffic as he runs back in the 10th position.
This is not where those leaders want to be. Those who have been leading all day want to be, but that's where they are, caught up in some heavy stuff. And there's Tony Stewart trying to go by on the outside. Matt Kenseth, the DeWalt car, still in the lead lap. Meanwhile, they're going to be four abreast off the corner.
Kenny Schrader up on top. Stewart looks high, looks low.
58 car of Hutch Triplin now under attack from Bob Labonte and Tony Stewart. DJ gets by Matt Kenseth. And Jeff Gordon trying to get by Jerry Nadeau just to the left side of our screen. And here comes Earnhardt on the inside. inside of Jimmy Spencer. That's for the third position.
And make that second as he battles alongside Elliott Sadler. So put Earnhardt in second. Now he sets his sights on the leader, Mark Martin, just ahead. Bill Weber has more on Martin.
Well, an outstanding run for Mark. They took just 2 right side tires on that last pit stop. Jimmy Fennick said the left side tires have been good all day. In fact, he said they've had a good car, just lousy luck. He fell all the way back to 32nd after being penalized for a questionable call for going too fast down pit road. Now he's where a lot of people thought he would be late in this race, at the front.
Mark Martin has finished in the top 10 in all 5 points races in this car that he's competed in this season, including the 4 top 5 efforts. The car debuted at the Winston. Here is Jarrett now.
Oh, point leader tried to squeeze up in front of Hut Strickland. There wasn't quite enough room. He had to once again squeeze out of the throttle, look to run out. Hut Strickland has him.
Hut Strickland running at 11. Bill Jarrett in 12th position. And Earnhardt takes the lead. He is awfully strong this afternoon. Now to John Kernan.
That's a brand new car for Dale Earnhardt. The only problem they had was fixing the tight condition. Now they apparently have that fixed. I should say another problem that they had was with the fuel receptacle. The seal is not very good, so he was actually leaking some fuel from the car while running at speed out on the racetrack. But they still think, even though he leaked a little fuel, that he should be able to go the final, what was it, 47, 48 laps under green to the finish. So they think...
Sorry, John. Bobby Labonte's been able to get by Tony Stewart. Yes, John, I have seen some of that fuel leaking out of the 3 car.
Here comes John Andretti to the inside of the 58 car and running side by side. And 20 cars were running side by side a few moments ago. Look at Tony Stewart from Bobby Labonte's onboard camera. And boom.
He says, come on, Bobby, I'll give you a hand. Ever seen the fuel once again? And Earnhardt's losing a lot of fuel, man.
Yes, he is. And boy, if it's going to be marginal, losing that much fuel is going to put it even more marginal.
Because a gallon of fuel might be the difference between making it and not making it.
Jeremy Mayfield goes a lap down. He's in 20th position.
You know, the last caution flag when we saw Kevin LePage go around, and I wondered if he'd gotten bumped from behind. Will we finally have an onboard camera out of Kenny Ross's State Fair onboard camera? And watch as he comes off turn 4. The white car in front is Kevin LePage. LePage gets up in the loose stuff and just basically loses control off turn 4. So Kenny has been absolved.
Absolutely. From the angle that we saw, it looked like there may have been some contact, but absolutely not.
Jeff Gordon's been able to get by Jimmy Spencer. Oh, here's Tony Stewart on the... Hey, Tony, the racetrack's to the right there.
Ooh, and that's...
I think Burton spins and crashes.
Here goes spin, here goes spin. Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down.
Boy, that was a rookie mistake there. He got that car all 4 wheels down on the flat part. It had no way to go but up coming out through there, and Jeff Burton was in the way.
Man, oh, man. And Bill Elliott is going to be able to make up one of his laps if Jeff Burton tries to drive a wrecked race car away. So it's not been a good day for the Burton family at Michigan.
It definitely has not. Neal comes down now to take the caution flag for the 6th time this afternoon. Watch it again. They're coming off corner number 4.
You see the yellow car, the orange car, Tony Stewart get all the way down on the flat. And when he comes back up, there's Jeff Burton. He clips him just enough to get him out of control. Now, certainly Tony had a run and the speed to get down there, but you get those cars, all 4 wheels down on the flat part of the racetrack, you're going to have a tough time controlling that race car.
And one reason that Jeff Burton spun, because when Tony came back up in front of him, so abruptly, he backed off the gas. And these cars with the locker gears, with more stagger in the rear, when you back off that gas, it will jerk the car sideways.
Down to John Kernan.
Tony Stewart told his crew chief, Greg Zipadelli, that Burton more or less, as he got the run, that Burton came down and forced him to go down on the flat of the racetrack. He did not do that by design, do that on purpose. And I don't think I can't see it from this side as we look at it from Burton's in-car, that there's enough damage on Tony's car. They've talked about it, and I don't think he'll come in. You might have a better look at the damage on the right side of that car than I have.
Burton, I think Jeff Burton was trying to get away from the 23 car, and he was trying to get away from the 23 so that the cars being side by side would not slow him down. He was trying to put some air between himself and the 23 car, and I don't think he had any idea that Tony Stewart was on the bottom of the racetrack.
Burton has made it to pit road. They changed the tires and get the sheet metal from the left rear of the car, and Jeff Burton goes back into competition, but probably not in a winning mode anymore. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to hit the road? Can a wider track broaden your horizon?
Do you wish life would throw a few more curves your way? Is the right offer the cure for hesitation?
Are you ready for something you've always wanted? Then get to the Pontiac Hit the Road Summer Sell Down for 0% APR financing or $1,000 cash back on any 99 wide track Grand Prix.
Hit the road for Pontiac driving excitement.
See your dealer today.
What are you waiting for?
Our family vacation started at Pep Boys when we met Larry.
Handsome guy.
Oh, yeah. Told us we could save on every size tire in stock. These were 4 for $99.
You really did see some sights.
And the 70,000-mile tires were 4 for $169.
Wow. So what was the highlight?
Probably the 80,000-mile Futura SEs. Motor Trend says they deliver impressive acceleration and performance. All sizes 4 for $199.
I know where I'm taking the kids this year.
Pep Boys.
Cars like us.
People love us.
Some things are obvious from the start. Like, things turn out better when you work together. That's why the UAW International Union and General Motors Corporation got together to create programs to improve skills and safety, to educate, to promote teamwork and build better quality cars and trucks. Assembly line to finish line. Teamwork wins.
Chances are, 'cause I wear a silly grin the moment you come into view. Chances are you think that I'm in love with you.
Fall in love with the Gordita Supreme. The warm, pillowy flatbread, the cool, sour cream. It's everything you've been looking for. Now open late.
We're live at Michigan Speedway for the Pepsi 400, and coming up on Friday, we'll have Bud Pole qualifying from Bristol at 5 o'clock on the Deuce. RPM tonight at 6:30, and the Food City 250 at 7 o'clock on Friday night on the Deuce. Now on Saturday at 2:30, catch the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series in action at Topeka, Kansas in the O'Reilly Auto Parts 275. Catch a quick bite to eat and then join us for more NASCAR coverage at 7 o'clock Saturday night. NASCAR today at 7 o'clock. Goodies Headache Powder 500 Winston Cup race at 7:30. And RPM tonight at midnight. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network, go.com. Bill Weber.
Well, Jeff Burton has made his second visit to pit road. The first time they changed the 4 flat tires and sent him back out. Now they've taken off the left rear. They're going to have to cut out some rubber from the shredded left rear tire. He doesn't have brakes, and remember, this is the guy that is 4th in points.
Caution is still waving here in Michigan. We'll sneak in another quick break. 164 laps are in.
You know, this place reminds me of a guy I knew named Julius. Another Darrell Waltrip story. No, really. This guy, he was in the junkyard one day kicking around, and he found a rocket booster. So he says, I'm going to set myself a land speed record. So he got that thing up to speed. He hit the switch. He took off into outer space.
So whatever happened to him?
He came down out here somewhere.
Get out of here.
On Route
66.
Now, Kmart.
We brought you the compact pickup ranked best in initial quality. The next Neon with a lot more to love and sophisticated technology you can afford. Now, here's what's new for the new Dodge. The Dodge Summer Clearance with exceptionally low lease rates, generous cash allowances on select models, or extremely low financing. What's new from the new Dodge? Just catch the Dodge Summer Clearance.
This summer, if you can dream it up, Sonic can put it in a cup. We've got hundreds of drink flavors you can mix and match. Plus, our 44-ounce Route 44 big drinks. Enough choices to let your dreams run wild.
Sonic America's driving.
I've got incoming. This is what we trained for.
In a world they couldn't predict, this crew had one mission.
They're headed right for us.
Billions of people are counting on us.
To serve without question.
He's making his final turn, closing fast.
So they were fast, accurate, and ready for anything.
Skipper, I think I hear singing.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
6 Happy Meals.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Not bad, people. Not bad.
Subscribers to ESPN the magazine, like Marcus Camby, really look forward to each issue.
Where's my magazine?
Get 26 issues for just $1 an issue, and this windbreaker is free. It's wind and water resistant with an embroidered ESPN the magazine logo.
Hey, man. What's my ESPN the magazine? Order your own.
Call now for ESPN the magazine and free windbreaker.
Michigan in the Pepsi 400 with 166 laps down. And up front is Dale Earnhardt, followed by Martin, Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Jimmy Spencer. They're 3 and 4 wide and 5 wide going down the backstretch.
Man, oh man, somebody's going to have to get in line. I hope they all got in line. Well, a reasonable facsimile of it anyway. But look at them, they're coming back again.
Kenny Wallace down on the bottom side of the racetrack. On board with Kenny, there's Sterling Martin on the left. Here comes Jeffrey Bodine. Rich Bickle is right behind Kenny.
Rusty Wallace is in that group.
So is Kenny Irwin, Steve Park. It's Kevin LePage down on the very bottom of the track. There's
David Green. David Green's trying to go 4 wide or 5 wide down the backstretch.
Jeff Gordon taking over the second spot from Mark Martin. Dale Earnhardt at the line has a 0.6 of a second lead on Jeff Gordon. Let's go back to the accident that just occurred, the one that started at the off turn 4.
And as they were coming to the start-finish line, Jeff Burton was on the inside of the 23 car of Jimmy Spencer, and he went down, and Tony Stewart had a good run going and got all 4 wheels down on the flat, came back up and clipped the 99 car. I said it was a rookie mistake. He had that momentum going. I guess anybody would have done that. I don't know.
I think that Jeff Burton was trying to get away from the 23 car, again, as I said, and had no idea that Tony Stewart was on the bottom of the racetrack.
They moved down to the inside of the racetrack at exactly the same time, and that's what happened. We're on board with Dale Jarrett. Up ahead is Jimmy Spencer, who has only 1 top 10 this year on an oval track. That was at Loudon. He finished 9th, and right now he is right up there in the thick of things, although he just did lose a spot to Tony Stewart, and now here comes Dale Jarrett.
And also Rick Mass has got a great run going in the Woody Woodpecker car.
Team Woody doing well. That's Rick Mass there in the yellow car, multicolored car. And here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr., who's a lap down at 21st, and Gordon has caught Dale Earnhardt.
And he looks high. And over turn, but Earnhardt's taking his route he's been taking. Bobby Labonte has moved right up there with him, too. That 18 car has come from pretty far back.
So it looks like those 2 tire stops that Mark Martin and Jeff Burton, a couple of cars made, did not work out too well for them, Ned. I don't think so, because they had a full run to make, almost 100 miles to make on them, although the left side tires, they say, have not been wearing that badly today, but still had some heat in them, and you wonder if it was the smart thing to do.
Dale Earnhardt started this race in 38th position. And a Hardee's field summary shows you the points right now. Gordon moves up another, and so does Tony Stewart, as Jeff Burton, because of that incident, drops down 2 spots in the point standings to 6th. The last time a race was won from 38th position was Jeff Burton at Loudon earlier this year. Last year, Bill Elliott, rather in 1988, Bill Elliott did it from the 38th starting spot at Daytona. And you go way back to 1953 at Raleigh when Fonty Flock won from 43rd starting position, and Johnny Mance won the first Darlington in 1950 from 43rd starting position.
Boy, this entire crowd are on their feet right now, Bob. They know that they're seeing another great race here at the Michigan Speedway, much better than we saw in June here. And the 2 guys that are battling for the lead, Dale Earnhardt in the 3 car, Jeff Gordon in 24. They haven't had a chance to do this very much, not since the Daytona 500, as a matter of fact. And here comes Gordon. Does he have a run? Does he have the room?
And Jeff Gordon battled with Earnhardt yesterday in the Busch Series race. Dale Earnhardt Jr., that is. And he ended up winning, of course. So at this point, a big weekend for the Earnhardts. The Pennzoil Copter Cam is following the top 3 for you from overhead Michigan Speedway down the backstretch. Earnhardt, Gordon, and Bobby Labonte.
Well, Jeff Gordon tried something different that last corner and lost 3 or 4 car lengths. Make sure he wants to try that again. He's searching for a spot that'll make that DuPont Chevrolet just a little bit faster.
Mark Martin and Dale Jarrett are battling for the 5th position,
as Tony Stewart has been able to get by and take over that spot in the Home Depot Pontiac. Now Mark drops back to 6th.
Well, you just mentioned it, Ned, but it is a completely different race than what we saw in June when Dale dominated this race, led all but about 50 laps. We didn't have any cautions. We talked about it earlier as we see Jeff Gordon now trying to take the lead away from Dale Earnhardt. Is it because of the tire situation, or what's different about today? Gordon looks like he's going to get it.
He's on the outside. That's the spot he wants to be.
Whoa.
Got him to turn one. It's because of cautions, Bob. That's why we're seeing a better race. There were no cautions in June, and we've had several here today. Bunched the cars up. Had a chance. The teams have had a chance to work on their cars more than they did on green flag pit stops in June. And now Earnhardt's going back on the inside of Gordon. Jeff Gordon is having all kinds of problems down in 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is working okay for him, but he cannot get through 1 and 2.
Probably the 2 drivers who evoke the most emotion from the crowd here. We've got people standing up cheering for Dale Earnhardt, and we have almost as many standing up cheering for Jeff Gordon when he is in the lead. Bobby Labonte is just waiting back here in 3rd watching.
And here's a spot that Jeff Gordon is really struggling trying to get around the racetrack. Now, this is his sweet spot up in 3 and 4. He'll go in on the top side of Dale Earnhardt and once again try to drive by. Oh, Earnhardt went up there with him. Now, Labonte decides to go on the bottom side of the racetrack. Yeah, he says, if you're going to give me this part down here, I'll take it. Wow.
Is he going to be able to get the lead? No. Earnhardt will lead that lap. Earnhardt has not had a top 5 finish here since June of 1994.
And once again, Jeff Gordon's car just goes in the corner and takes off. Look at Bobby Labonte goes by on the inside. He tries to. You're right. That turns 1 and 2 is his nemesis right now, whatever that word is.
We know what you mean.
Okay.
Side by side, Labonte and Gordon.
And while they're doing all that racing up there, Tony Stewart is closing in on them.
It's only about a second and a half behind in 4th spot, with Jarrett about 1.9 seconds behind. And Gordon maintains second position.
And once again, Jeff Gordon goes in the corner, and about right here, sometimes his car just takes off and shoots to the top of the racetrack.
On the other hand, Tony Stewart is plastered to the bottom, right along that line at the bottom of the track.
Last time by, Tony Stewart, about a half mile per hour. Check out his own on-track interval. You see he's gained a half second, but taking 5 laps to do it. That just goes to show you how close these cars are.
But he'll probably be able to do it a little bit quicker now, Benny, because he's close enough now to pick up a little bit of draft, which will certainly help him down the straightaways.
Here's our points leader, Dale Jarrett, running back in the 5th position. Mark Martin, who is second in points, runs in 6th. The top 3 are Earnhardt, Gordon, Labonte, and there is the 4th place car of Tony Stewart. And last time around, Stewart was still the fastest car on the racetrack.
If Jeff Gordon can find him a line down in 1 and 2 that the DuPont Chevrolet likes, he'll be hard to beat. But so far, he's not been able to. He's looked, he's searched, but so far, he just can't find it.
Let's check the speeds at the line that time. Bobby Labonte was the quickest car, with Stewart second and Gordon third. There are now less than 20 laps to go. Oil copter cam, they race down into turn number 3. Jeff Gordon has not finished outside the top 6 in the last 9 races. Once again, he goes way up at the top of the racetrack, but cannot take the lead from Earnhardt. Now he pulls alongside, and he may have a run here.
He's got that run that he wants.
Oh!
That's so close, so very, very close.
And you know, Earnhardt wasn't going to back off.
But now look at Jeff's car going to corner. Can he keep it down? Will it stay down?
But look at Bobby Labonte. Now he'll get a run coming off of this corner as a result of them being side by side. Let's see if he can get enough momentum to pull on the inside. Nope, he's going to sit there and watch him for a moment. It just brings Tony Stewart that much closer.
NASCAR racing the way it should be.
This is a classic battle.
And once again, Gordon inches ahead, coming across the line.
But here comes Bobby Labonte down the inside. They're 3 wide for the lead.
Well, that's the way we used to race here in Michigan. It's good to see it happening again. And here it looks like did the right thing for bringing those tires the way they are, because it has produced some great racing. And look at Stewart now, Bob.
Right down on the bottom of the racetrack, and he has caught up with the top 3. It's now a 4-car battle for the lead with less than 18 laps to go.
2 laps ago, Dale Earnhardt was Jeff Gordon's enemy. Now is his friend as he tries to use the draft of Earnhardt to stay in front of Labonte and Stewart. But I don't think it's going to work. Labonte move up. Yes, now he's got that second spot.
Here comes Tony Stewart to challenge Jeff Gordon, and Bobby Labonte will go to the bottom of the racetrack and take the lead from Dale Earnhardt.
And Tony Stewart's going to try to go with it.
The Joe Gibbs drivers are 1st and 4th. Stewart doesn't venture up in that outside line, does he? Right on the bottom. And he takes 3rd from Jeff.
Tries to go for 2nd. He's on the bottom of the racetrack down in 1 and 2. Oh, and he's going to get loose. As Gordon gets alongside, Jeff pulled up, got him loose, and takes that 3rd spot back.
Now that's where experience paid off. Jeff Gordon is a master at getting right up on the back bumper of somebody and making the back end loose on him. He had to back off, and there he went.
Jerry Punch has a comment on the leader of the race, Bobby Labonte.
After Bobby made that pass a moment ago, Jimmy Makar and Christie said, okay, no mirror driving. Don't look back. Look out your windshield and run your own line. Forget about those guys behind you. And Bobby's done that, and he's pulling away.
Bobby Labonte has won 3 races in 1999. He won at Dover, and he swept both races at Pocono. He's now more than a second ahead of Dale Earnhardt as we have less than 15 to go at Michigan.
Some things are obvious from the start. Like, things turn out better when you work together. That's why the UAW International Union and General Motors Corporation got together to create programs to improve skills and safety, to educate, to promote teamwork and build better quality cars and trucks. Assembly line to finish line. Teamwork wins.
They come to us for many reasons. Because we save them money on what they need with their everyday low price. Because we help them solve their problems and get them back on the road. And because we stand behind the parts we sell with a warranty that's good at more than 2,500 stores coast to coast. Fact is, people everywhere come to us because we're AutoZone, the largest auto parts retailer in America. And there's just no place any better.
Are you ready to hit the road?
Can a wider track broaden your horizons?
Do you wish life would throw a few more curves your way? Is the right offer the cure for hesitation?
Are you ready for something you've always wanted? Then get to the Pontiac Hit the Road Summer Sell Down for 0% APR financing or $1,000 cash back on any 99 wide track Grand Prix.
Hit the road for Pontiac driving excitement.
See your dealer today.
What are you waiting for?
Jr. looking to the inside once again as they come to the corner. Now he's going to go to the high side. Son and father touch coming down at the line. Oh, man, oh, man. Wow, what a finish. Well, that was 2 months, a little more than 2 months ago when Dale Earnhardt won the IROC race here in Michigan, battling with his son. Right now, Dale's slipping back. He is about to lose the 3rd position to Dale Jarrett as Bobby Labonte is driven away. Jeff Gordon is second, almost 1 3/4 seconds behind, and now Jarrett to the inside of Earnhardt in the battle for the 3rd spot with Tony Stewart looking on in 5th.
That's been Earnhardt's car all day. He really runs well for 20, 30 laps after a tire change, and then the car starts just slowly getting a little bit slower and slower, and the same thing is happening again.
Here is the Hardee's Field summary showing you the point standings with Jeff Gordon moving up to 4th in the points. If we were to stop it right now with Stewart up a spot to 5th, the big loser in the point standings, at least to this point in the race, has been Jeff Burton, who's down to 6th spot. Everybody else in the top 10 stays the same. John Kernan has more on Dale Earnhardt, who's now back to 5th as Tony Stewart passes him.
Bob Dale just radioed the crew and say the car just will not turn in the corners. It's just like Benny said, after about, 20 laps or so, the handling just goes away. It gets really, really tight. So he's got a handful right now trying to nurse it the final 10 laps.
10 laps to go now, 190 complete.
Now, Tony Stewart, Dale Jarrett's going to have his hands full with Tony Stewart before this day is done, I believe, Ned.
Yeah, he passed him DJ passed Tony pretty easy there on the outside when they came up on a lap car, but now Tony got that inside working for himself again. DJ's car not working too good off of turn 2, sort of like we said Jeff Gordon's was doing a little bit earlier.
So Stewart to 3rd, Jarrett back to 4th, then Earnhardt. Bobby Labonte got the lead. It was see you later, wasn't it?
He took off. He pulled away to a 2.5 seconds on Jeff Gordon, but Jeff Gordon right now is running as fast as Bobby Labonte. Some laps he even runs a little bit quicker, but we're running out of time.
Less than 9 to go. Here's John Andretti running at the top of the racetrack. He's in 10th position, and Rick Mast is in 11th, so that is the battle for 10th. And how about Elliott Sadler?
How about him? 12th position. Let's sit, go forward. Attaboy, Elliott. And right in front of these guys, Hut Strickland.
Yes.
9th place.
Yeah, Hut Strickland has had a good weekend. Talked to Donnie Allison, who helps with this team, and he has a lot of confidence in the team and in Hut Strickland.
His son-in-law.
Yes. now, moving down low and trying to challenge John Andretti.
Will be for the 10th position.
Ooh, Andretti comes up that corner, almost runs in the wall, and Bobby Hamilton, this close to the end, is slow.
He had stayed on the lead lap up to right now in 18th position. Let's talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr., who had the big day yesterday when he won the Busch Series race. Started in good shape here this weekend in the Winston Cup race, but has dropped back to 26th position. He is a lap down.
Started in 17th. But he's run all day.
Yes.
And that's what he was not able to do in Loudon. He did not run, did not get some laps on the racetrack. This has just been valuable for this young man.
Matt Kenseth, the other Busch Series star who started the race here today, is in 16th position, and Matt is still on the lead lap. The 97 car of Chad Little took 4 tires on that last pit stop, and he has moved up to 6th position.
37 laps. I noticed he made that pit stop and he was back and went back to about 16th or 17th, and I wondered, was that good strategy because he only had 37 laps to go? Well, yes, Jeff Hammond and the guys, that was good strategy.
Chad Little had 2 top 10s in the first 4 races of the year and hasn't had a top 10 since then, his best being at Texas where he finished 13th. But Chad has a very good run going here in the 6th position.
And he's, as we said, he's gaining on Dale Earnhardt, who is running in 5th. And Dale is sort of losing the cars of Dale Jarrett and Tony Stewart.
And here is Elliott Sadler now moving up to 11th, passing Rick Mast. There are less than 5 laps to go in the Pepsi 400. Bobby Labonte's lead is 1.59 seconds.
It's not, well, Elliott Sadler's not happy with that spot. He wants another one.
Yeah, so give me a top 10.
Boy, the Wood Brothers. Oh, and his car right behind him just blowing up.
Kenny Irwin.
Will there be a caution?
No caution yet. He quickly got it down to the inside of the racetrack.
He is out of the groove on the apron of the racetrack. Hopefully it will not bring out a caution. We can see this race go green the rest of the way. And look at Chad Little close in on Dale Earnhardt. 4th, 5th.
If there's any oil on the racetrack, trust me, Tony Stewart will find it because that's his groove. It doesn't seem to be.
Well, I don't know. Something happened to him as he came off of turn 2. He lost a lot of momentum, Tony Stewart did, because Dale Jarrett was a second behind him, and now he's right on his back bumper and pulling up the side of him.
4 from John Kernan.
Tony just radioed his crew and said he did get into something. They told him that in turns 1 and 2, he said that they told him it was clean, and after that he slowed down. He said, no, it's not clean up there. He says, it's pretty dirty. I slid through it.
Yeah, he really lost some momentum there. And let's see if he's going to move up a little higher on the racetrack this time, which is smart.
Exactly. He's not going back to that same well twice, but now he's caught Dick Trickle, which slowed his progress a little bit. Now Jarrett still closes up around that back bumper.
Only 1 race has Tony Stewart not been the highest finishing rookie, and that was Buckshot Jones when he was in contention for Rookie of the Year honors in Las Vegas.
And Stewart was caught up in a wreck, and that event not of his own doing.
Less than 2 laps to go in the Pepsi 400. Here comes Stewart and Dale Jarrett down through the tri-oval and completing the 198th lap.
And Jeff Gordon is now 1 3/4 seconds behind Bobby Labonte, so whatever charge that he was making has stalled.
Bobby Labonte swept both races here at Michigan in 1995. So he has won twice, looking for win number 3. The white flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. The interval you can see between 1st and 2nd, officially 1.54 seconds. Gordon is in 2nd.
I think Bobby Labonte is soft covered a little bit right now.
Yeah, he can see that big check coming here before long.
3 wins in 1999 at Dover, both races at Pocono. Bobby Labonte Labonte now in turn number 4. And the checkered flag waves. Bobby Labonte has his 4th win of 1999, his 11th career win. Here's the battle between Chad Little and Dale Earnhardt. And Earnhardt is going to take the 5th position. And John Andretti and Elliott Sadler are battling to the line and give Andretti the 10th position with Sadler 11th. By the way, Tony Stewart finished 3rd, Dale Jarrett 4th, and Dale Earnhardt was 5th. The Bobby Labonte crew
saying a prayer.
Yep.
Joe Gibbs, of course, the leader, the owner, is a very religious individual. Let's go to the pits and Bill Weber.
Well, as his crew celebrates on pit road with a silent prayer there, Jimmy, congratulations, your 4th win of the year, an outstanding run, like you were shot out of a cannon.
I don't know about that. I'll tell you, Bobby Labonte deserves a lot of credit for it today. We didn't have a real good race car yesterday evening, and we worked really hard on it last night and changed a lot of things this morning with a lot of help from the 20 car. I got to thank Greg and Tony. We put all our notes together and come up with a setup for today, and we just kind of going on a wing and a prayer. And car wasn't bad at the beginning, and really we really didn't touch a wedge bolt all day. We just a lot of air pressure adjustments during the day, and Bobby just adapted to what he had to do, and like I said, he did a great job staying poised and staying out of trouble. In a couple instances there we could have gotten in trouble, and he just I give a lot of credit to my driver.
Some great racing out there today. Perhaps that solves the tire question.
Yeah, it was an awful lot of good racing going on. So obviously I think some of these guys just had to get a little used to the feel of this tire. It was obviously a good, safe, fast race tire, but the guys adapted to it. Took a little bit of time, I guess, and but they put on a good show with it.
Congratulations. Thanks for chatting with us. Head to victory lane.
Thank you.
Beginning of the show, we asked, would it be brilliant success or bitter disappointment for Bobby Labonte because of their inconsistency? Today, success.
And ESPN's coverage of the Pepsi 400 from Michigan Speedway, being brought to you by the more than 2,700 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By State Fair, the corn dog of NASCAR and proud sponsor of car number 30. And by UAW GM, assembly line to finish line, teamwork wins. And the winner today is Bobby Labonte. Here's our McDonald's winner circle with Dr. Jerry Punch.
With one finger in the air and a fist to the crowd as they respond. What an effort from 19th to 1st. And you took a gamble this morning and made a bunch of changes on the car, and they apparently paid off.
Yeah, I tell you what, you know, Jimmy Maycar, Derek Jones, those two guys, we racked our brains last night and this morning. Started about 7 o'clock, and we made a lot of changes. And Butch, Stevie, Mark, and all the guys worked on the cars. Gary, Luke, you know, they worked on it. I mean, you know, we didn't have a good race car yesterday. We didn't have a good race car Friday, but these guys did a great job. And this Interstate Pontiac worked great today. We never do change the thing on it, so maybe we should just roll the dice more often. We seem like we're better off, but they did a great job, and Goodyear had a great tire today.
I heard you talking to the spotter. What a great seat you have for that battle between the 3 and the 24. That was worth watching for a while.
Well, I mean, I guess that means it was a better race in the springtime. It wasn't as much stuff going on like that. But, yeah, I mean, I tell you what, it was tough. You know, this tire is a little different characteristic, and we couldn't really get you know, you can get a run on them, but then you get all of a sudden you get a push or loose or something like that. And I just had a run on them, and I got in front of the 3 car. I don't know if I ever let off in turn 1 because I needed to get in front of him, because I knew if he ever got on my right rear, he's going to come back by me. So I got in front of him and then set sail for a little bit, and then the 24 kept coming there.
Hey, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thanks, everybody.
Bobby Labonte's 4th win in 1999. His 11th career victory comes here in the Pepsi 400. Bob?
Jeff Gordon sets his 7th straight Michigan top 5. Tony Stewart gets his career best finish in 3rd position. The yellow arrows indicate the drivers that led. Jeff Gordon led the most laps, 73 today. Bobby Labonte, en route to victory, led 46 laps. That was fun today, guys.
It really was. There's 16 drivers, as you can see, finished on the lead lap, and a lot of drivers being just 1 lap down.
Yes, Dale Earnhardt Jr. once again a good run today. Bill Elliott had some trouble in the pits, got him a lap down, and we see the guys that really struggled today. Kenny Irwin just a few laps in the end having an engine problem.
And the points now. The margin again goes up for Dale Jarrett. It's 314, his advantage over Mark Martin. Bobby Labonte now only 347 behind as Gordon moves to 4th. Stewart moves up to 5th. Jeff Burton down 2 positions to 6th in the point standings. He's 529 behind. An absolutely great race here at Michigan this afternoon as Bobby Labonte and the Joe Gibbs team win the Pepsi 400. We have more competition for you this coming weekend. We'll start it off with qualifying at Bristol on Friday night and the Busch race, and then the race from Bristol next Saturday night. Coming up next here on ESPN, Shop Talk. Stay tuned for that. Again, our congratulations to Bobby Labonte. So long from Michigan Speedway as we invite you to celebrate another moment in ESPN history.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, proud to be celebrating our 20th anniversary. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Hi, welcome to NASCAR Shop Talk. Alan Bestwick here at Roush Racing in Mooresville, North Carolina, home of the John Deere Ford team for driver Chad Little. Chad is my guest. Over the next 30 minutes, we're going to talk about a wide variety of topics in and related to NASCAR racing. Should be a lot of fun. Hope you'll stay with us. Of course, we've got some great NASCAR-related merchandise to show you along the way, and that's where we begin this NASCAR Shop Talk.
Today on NASCAR Shop Talk, gifts for NASCAR fans of any age. Put your kids behind the wheel of a NASCAR Power Rider. These real electric cars feature 2 forward speeds and come complete with 12-volt battery and charging unit. Choose between Gordon, Earnhardt, Mark Martin, or Bill Elliott models. Next is an item sure to get a laugh, the NASCAR driver Bubba doll. Just squeeze his paw and you'll find out this little guy has lots to say about racing.
There ain't nothing like trading paint at lightning speed.
That's the NASCAR Bubba doll, item number NC4629. For Earnhardt fans, there's this beautiful die-cast set specially priced for Shop Talk viewers. It features the Coca-Cola and Polar Bear cars driven by Dale and Dale Jr. in 1998. Ask for item number NC4043. And look at this stunning tribute to father and son. This limited edition print is signed and numbered by famed motorsports artist Sam Bass. A steal at just $169.99. If clothing's your thing, we've got it today, starting with this Ernie Irvan M&M's uniform jacket. Or how about this genuine leather jacket, just like the ones worn by Chad Little and the John Deere crew. And for die-cast fans, we've got cars from Jeff Gordon, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt, and points leader Dale Jarrett, just to name a few. To place your order, call 800-258-1111. Have your credit card ready and order by item number, please. We'll have details on these items and many more later in the show. But now, here's your host, Alan Bestwick.
Now we welcome our guest for this edition of NASCAR Shop Talk, Chad Little, driver of the John Deere Ford, or should we say you welcome us to your place. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for coming by our shop.
My pleasure. The Roush operation here that prepares your cars. Let's talk about that for a couple minutes. How many people work here in this business, and what kind of a size group does it take to get the job done?
Well, we see at this facility about 23 people men and women are involved working to prepare our cars, and that's from the time we get the chassis, which comes from Liberty, North Carolina, and they have an additional force up there building the cars, and then we prepare them here, put the bodies on them here, all the component parts, and then we get our motors from right across the street, which is another group of people assembling the engines. And so it takes a pretty good sized group of people to, when it's all said and done, before the car's ready to be loaded on Thursday and head to the racetrack.
All race fans with a mechanical interest in racing want a job on a race team. What kind of hours do these guys work? What's it really like?
Oh, it's cake. I mean, 20-hour days, holidays, weekends off. I mean, no, it's a lot of work, Alan. It's for the average person, it's not their cup of tea. It really isn't, because you sacrifice a lot. Home life is sacrificed. Holidays, of course, most of your weekends are given up. a lot of hours, a tremendous amount of hours. It's not your normal type of work. It's rewarding because if you're involved in it, chances are this is what you chose to do, and so you're getting to make a living at what your choice was. And that's exciting, but it is a lot of work, and you better be prepared for that.
Talk to me just a little bit about the new shop that's being built for your race team for next season. That's a bigger task than it might seem, moving a race team from one shop to another. How's that coming along, and what's the timetable look like?
Well, it's actually in Concord at the regional airport there, and we're awful excited about that. We'll be teamed up with Matt Kenseth and with crew chief Robbie Reiser, and we're really looking forward to that teaming up together. We've been operating as a single-car team under Roush Racing since Jack bought our operation with John Deere, and so we're looking forward to that, and the shop's coming well. We're hoping to be moved in December, and we'll be all ready for the 2000 season.
Chad Little is with us here on NASCAR Shop Talk. We're going to take a quick break here, come back and continue our discussion in just a minute.
It's that time again. NFL 99 is coming your way. And this year, Sports Illustrated and NFL Films want to help you grab on to the ultimate preseason package. 3 great football games, plus all the twists and turns of another exciting NFL season every week in the pages of SI. Count down to kickoff with the official NFL Films video of your favorite team and a limited edition NFL Team Sports Watch free with your paid subscription. Use your credit card and we'll also send this collectible Millennium Football featuring the official logo from every Super Bowl free. With your rugged Team Sports Watch, you'll always know when it's game time. It has an adjustable band and features the logo of your favorite team. Pick a team, any team. The choice is yours. With your official NFL team video, you'll see if your team will shine in 99. Get the very best of your team with spectacular highlights you won't want to miss. The Superstar, and Super Plays. You'll get a behind-the-scenes, up-close view of your team from a different angle.
Now we rockin' and roll.
Call now. The ultimate preseason package for your favorite team is yours free when you order 54 issues of Sports Illustrated for only $1.47 an issue. Save 50% off the cover price. And when you use your credit card, we'll also send you SI Super Bowl Millennium Football free. It has the official logo from every Super Bowl ever played. Kick off the season with the official NFL Films highlight video of your favorite team. It's just like having your own personal scouting report for the upcoming season. And your free NFL Team Sports Watch from the team of your choice. It's time for NFL 99 with the ultimate preseason package. Free from Sports Illustrated and nowhere else. Get into it.
Welcome back to NASCAR Shop Talk. And look who's talking. Just squeeze his paw or give him a shake, and Bubba gives his comment on the race.
Be careful with my shifting hand.
Bubba comes complete with batteries, driver uniform, and helmet. Bubba even has suction cups so he can hang around anywhere. Just $39.99. The NASCAR Bubba doll, item number NC4629. Next, the Dale Earnhardt 7-piece silver anniversary train set. The die-cast train includes engine, caboose, coal car, and 2 flatbeds, carrying replicas of Dale's number 3 Chevy. This limited edition item is just $59.99. Item number NC4255. Your child will be the envy of the neighborhood driving one of these Power Rider replicas of their favorite driver's car. It has 2 forward gears as well as reverse and includes a 12-volt battery and charging system. Besides the Earnhardt and Gordon models, there's also a Mark Martin and Bill Elliott version. Be sure to ask for item number NC4485 and specify the model you choose. Priced at $299.99. The Power Rider is sure to provide endless fun to your budding race car driver. Call 800-258-1111. And now back to Alan with our special guest.
NASCAR Shop Talk at Roush Racing in Mooresville, North Carolina with Chad Little, driver of the John Deere Ford. Let's talk about some key people that work in a race shop. A lot of teams are in desperate need of guys called fabricators. What do?
They take the car from its bare chassis and roll cage, which is the way we buy the rolling chassis, and they fabricate every piece of metal that you see on the car. They fabricate all the Lexan for the side windows, the front and rear glass. They put in the rocker panels. They put in the shelving in the car. They make the beds. They completely fabricate the car. All the metal pieces that are on the race car, although we have templates from NASCAR, and they have to conform to those templates, those are all handmade. They're not stamped out. We do use a couple stamped pieces from Ford. That's the deck lid, the roof, and the hood. But other than those 3 pieces, and there's still a lot of modifying that you do on those 3 pieces, everything else is handmade. So the fabricators are completely responsible for what the eye sees on the outside of the race car.
Engineers were unheard of in Winston Cup racing 5 years ago. Now every team's got them, and every team wants more. What's an engineer do on a Winston Cup race team?
You know, they're really responsible for a lot of the behind-the-scenes things. When we go testing, for example, their work really comes into play. All the data acquisition that goes on the car, where we take data in from the car on the racetrack, shock travels, engine velocities, how the car's rolling and pitching in the corners and things like that. We take that information in. The driver gives his feedback to the crew chief, to the engineers, and they look at the data to try to come up with a plan on where we should go for our next test session, what we should do when we go back to the racetrack after the test session's over. And then a lot of the things that they do behind the scenes are projects. You know, the driver or the crew chief might have an idea to get more downforce here, to take away some there, just to try different things to create a better mousetrap, as they say, to find more speed.
A tire specialist at the racetrack. We obviously have a good idea at starting with what he works with. What's a tire specialist do?
Well, their job's really pretty narrowly defined. I mean, when we get to the track, we have 3 sets of tires to work with prior to qualifying. And they have to match up those sets of tires by the codes that are given to them. And they have an idea of how to match those to what should feel the best to the driver. So they try to match those codes up. They make sure the air pressures are exact for how the crew chief and the driver want the air pressures from when he leaves the track. They come in, and the tire specialist is in charge of getting the data on what the temperature of the tires is when he comes in, what the air pressure builds up to, because that all plays into what the driver feels. Is the car pushing or is it loose? So they kind of gather that information. Then on Sunday, his work really increases, because instead of having 3 sets of tires, we have 10 or 12, or sometimes even as many as 15.
He has to have them ready to go
all the time,
quick as you need them.
Yep.
Chad Little with us, driver of the John Deere Ford, right in the middle of all the goings-on at Roush Racing. We'll take a break, come back.
20 years ago, a dealership opened, and since that time, no other dealership has come close to its experience, friendship, or customer service. Who is this legendary dealership? Hampton Roads Harley-Davidson. And with the opening of Southside Harley-Davidson in 1990, they've added to the legend. 3 times awarded the Circle of Excellence Award for top dealerships. They are what legends are made of. Experience the legend. Experience the freedom.
Hampton Roads, the Southside, your legendary Harley dealer.
Harrison's Moving and Storage would like to say thank you to all the customers who've helped us grow faster than we thought possible. Oh, we're still a family-owned and operated business, but now we have an opportunity for others to come grow with the best. If you're a professional driver, helper, or packer, this is the perfect time to consider a career with Harrison's Moving and Storage. Right now, we're offering sign-on bonuses, top pay, and benefit packages. We also want to hear from hardworking people eager to learn. Call today for complete information.
Welcome back to NASCAR Shop Talk. Take a look at this. We've teamed up with Action Performance to bring you this exclusive 1/24th scale die-cast car commemorating Jeff Gordon's 1998 NASCAR Winston Cup Championship. The body has been dipped in copper, polished, and plated in stunning 24-karat gold. Better still, we're able to offer this item today at the incredible price of just $99.99. Don't hesitate on this one. Ask for the gold-plated Jeff Gordon Championship car, item number NC4223. Also available, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Bud Die-Cast, item number NC4399. This is a detailed replica of Dale Jr.'s Winston Cup car made by Action Performance. Features include a working hood, which opens to reveal a highly detailed engine. Shop Talk price, just $59.99. Dale Jr. posed with his dad for this exquisite painting from renowned motorsports artist Sam Bass. Entitled Future Is Now, this limited edition print is hand-numbered and signed by the artist. Priced at $169.99, it's item number NC4570. Rusty Wallace fans will love this new Harley car, a replica of the car Rusty drove at this year's running of the Winston. The car is made by Action Performance in 1/32nd scale. It's a Shop Talk exclusive. The Wallace Harley car is $59.99, item NC4340. In California this year, Rusty's teammate Jeremy Mayfield fielded his own special paint scheme, honoring the Kentucky Derby. This Action Performance die-cast replica is item NC4273. It's priced at just $39.99. To order, call toll-free 800-258-1111. Remember to have the item number and your credit card ready. And now back to Alan Bestwick with more NASCAR Shop Talk.
Continuing our NASCAR Shop Talk visit with Chad Little, driver of the John Deere Ford. I'm going to call this segment Chad's View. Throw a couple topics at you and just get your take. Topic 1, scheduling. Your take on Winston Cup scheduling or personal scheduling.
I mean, we're very busy, that's for sure. But, you know, I still, when we first started out, we talked about how busy are the crew members. I still think that, you know, the drivers have it a lot easier than the crew members as far as all the scheduling and how busy we are with sponsor commitments and team commitments and so on. It's still, I still feel for the guys working out in the shop because they put in the long hours. But, yeah, I mean, we make a lot of sponsor appearances, probably in the neighborhood of 50 to 75 with all of the different appearances that are involved, plus trackside appearances during the weekend. But it's still very rewarding, and I wouldn't you know, change it if I had to.
We just came from Watkins Glen, so I'll throw this one at you. Road courses. Chad's take on road courses.
Well, this year, surprisingly, we've had a couple of our better runs at road courses. So this year, I'm in favor of as many as they want to have. Now, last year it wasn't that way. So probably last year my opinion would have been is, you know, let's do away with them. But all in all, you know, we know they're not going away. We know it's an important part of having a successful Winston Cup season. So you need to concentrate on them. They're a lot of fun to drive, actually. They really are. I mean, turning right and left is different from what we do week in and week out. So that part of it's exciting. Creates some different challenges for the teams to get the cars set up, and that makes it, you know, fun and exciting, and, you know, a little bit of change here and there is good. Chad's take on rain tires. You know, we got to try them on Friday for the first time, and that really was a little bit of history, I guess. First time that a scheduled NASCAR Winston Cup races got to use rain tires. That was a lot of fun. I found that they braked extremely well. In other words, when you got into braking hard going straight, the car slowed down really well. It laterally through a corner, the car had a lot of grip. But where you had to be really careful is getting on the gas initially coming out of a corner. The amount of torque that these engines make, the grip that the tire has when you're turning it tight. It can get away from you in a hurry there. So I found that part of it was the most challenging. I think if we were to ever have to qualify or race on them would be pretty exciting, that's for sure. I don't know. I think if you took a poll, most of us wouldn't want to do that just because of the amount of work and effort you put into a season. And then one race, it would kind of be a crapshoot in that respect. But it certainly was a lot of fun and a little bit of history. We'll come back with more NASCAR Shop Talk with Chad Little in just a minute. Don't go away.
Everybody's doing it. Catch the wave. It's gonna take you away. See you. 'Cause doing it is hard. With everything you've got. Doing it, see do. On the water, in the sun. Everybody's doing it good, clean fun. Everybody's doing it, see do.
Change is taking place all over America. Big change. Because now you can call anyone across America for just 8 cents a minute on calls over 10 minutes. All day, every day. Just dial 1010-321, and you can talk as long as you want to the people you care about the most. You don't have to sign up. Just dial 1010-321, then 1 and the number. It's that simple. 8 cents a minute on calls over 10 minutes, day or night with 1010-321.
Where is my magazine?
Subscribers to ESPN the magazine, including Marcus Camby, really look forward to each new issue. They love the magazine and their free ESPN the magazine windbreaker. It's wind and water resistant with an embroidered ESPN the magazine logo and a zip front pocket. So call now for ESPN the magazine. Get 26 issues, a year's worth for just $1 an issue. 66% off the newsstand price. And our ESPN the magazine windbreaker is free.
Hey, man, that's my ESPN the magazine. Go order your own.
Mr. Camby,
Call now for ESPN the magazine and your free windbreaker. 1-800-491-2233.
Goody's Headache Powder 500, Saturday at 7:30 on ESPN.
The next item on NASCAR Shop Talk is the Earnhardt Coca-Cola and Polar Bear set. These highly detailed die-cast cars feature the paint schemes Dale and Dale Jr. used when they raced together in Japan. Item NC4043, this unique collectible is made by Action Performance and specially priced for Shop Talk viewers at just $49.99. Add to your Earnhardt collection with a silver anniversary Chevy Blazer. This exclusive 1/25th scale diecast is made by Brookfield and features Earnhardt's special 25th anniversary paint scheme. It's priced at only $49.99, item NC4256. Up next, the 1998 NASCAR Pin Collection. It features a gold lapel pin from each Winston Cup race, as well as 6 additional pins honoring NASCAR's 50th anniversary season. The pins are displayed in a handcrafted hardwood frame. Ask for item number NC4019. Mark Martin fans will love this limited edition platinum replica of Mark's number 6 Ford. Made by Racing Champions, it features a platinum-plated body, rubber tires, and a serial number on the chassis, along with a certificate of authenticity. Priced at $79.99, it's item NC4321. This uniform jacket is a cut above the rest. It's made of a heavier weight cotton twill fabric for durability, and it's finished with a luxurious satin lining. It features a racing collar, elastic cuffs, and the M&M's Racing logo front and back. Ask for item number NC4520. And now, back to more NASCAR Shop Talk.
Back for our final few minutes with Chad Little, driver of the John Deere Ford on this NASCAR Shop Talk. Now, you were just telling me during the commercial you did something a little different between Watkins Glen and Michigan. You did what?
I jumped out of the old saying as a perfectly good airplane. Monday decided to do a skydiving jump down in Chester, South Carolina, and I really had a great time. The people there treated us well. It's Carolina skydiving, and I had a wonderful time. It was certainly a good experience. It's an adrenaline rush, that's for sure. You can't really explain it, even though driving race cars is also an adrenaline rush. But there's that free fall there for about 45 seconds where you're going 150 miles an hour. Now, you're strapped to an instructor, so it's not like I did this by myself, but it certainly was, it was awful exciting.
But still, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, I don't know. If your son wants to race in another 10 or 15 years, Jesse, he's pretty young right now, but you got a little while to think about, but if he wants to race, would you encourage him?
I wouldn't discourage him too much, but I would certainly try to make him understand the perseverance that's required to be successful at this level. It hasn't been an easy road for me, as you know. It hasn't been an easy road for most of the drivers, and when you're at the top of any vocation, I mean, it's tough to stay up there, and you better be prepared for it because you have to make a lot of sacrifices. And I would try to explain that to him the best you can to a 15 or 14-year-old boy, which is next to impossible. So I'm not sure. I would hope that he'll make a good decision, and if he wants to, then I can lay some good groundwork for him.
10, 15, 20 years from now, you'd like to be doing what when you're done with racing?
I suppose I'd just like to be comfortable with my family and, laid enough groundwork between now and then that we can enjoy ourselves. And I've had a lot of help and a lot of success and support from people to get to this point, and hopefully I'll be able to, stay friends with all of them and share the times that we've had together. But no real plans. I mean, I want to continue to race, hopefully for Roush and John Deere, as long as I'm involved in Winston Cup, and that's the main goal right now.
Last question, got about a half a minute left. If there's one thing you would like people to know about you and your approach to the sport that you don't think maybe they do, it'd be what?
Oh, boy. NASCAR's grown a lot in popularity, but I think we all need to keep in mind that the support that's needed to have one of these cars, to have this John Deere Ford ready on Sunday is incredible. So a lot of recognition needs to be given to not only the sponsors, but the crew members back at the shop.
Appreciate you having us over and appreciate you being with us. Thanks.
Thank you, Alan.
Chad Little here on NASCAR Shop Talk. That's it. We're all done. For Chad, I'm Alan Bestbrook. We'll look for you again real soon.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network. Go.com.
When you think of California, what do you think about? The sun, the surf, and the sand? Well, you better think of pro beach hockey, because the playoffs are coming at you. The championship of my pro beach hockey. We could be handing out the hardware today as this is the second game in the best of 3 final. Heavy Metal won the first game. But the Express aren't dead yet. Are you ready for some hockey? Let's go to Chris Manson, who's waiting for us courtside.
All right, Tiffany, well, it's do or die time for the Express, and a big man is going to be the guy in goal, and that's Dwayne Lear. And Dwayne, I got to tell you, from a personal observation, I've noticed you struggled with the long shots. Can you give us a little history on that?
Oh, it's kind of an inside joke, actually. It goes back a little while, actually. Brad Scholl and I playing together and being good friends over the years. We've kind of joked between the two of us about nearsightedness, and I'll kind of leave it at that, Chris.
Let's talk about the importance of this game, because in Game 1, Ricky Plester said, I have to steal one for my team. Is this your job to steal one here in Game 2?
Definitely, definitely. This is my game to steal, and then the third game is up for grabs.
All right, well, I'll tell you, Marty, friendship's going to be put on the line in this one. Their relationship goes way back to BC. And for more, let's go to Marty standing by with Heavy Metal, who can polish this one off.
Thank you, Chris. I'm here with young goal scorer, 20-year-old Oliver David. Oliver, how does a young player handle the pressure of the finals?
Oh, I've played hockey for a while, been used to this, been in this situation quite a few times. Not necessarily with these kind of guys, these caliber guys. You just got to stay to your game plan and do what you've been taught and follow through.
Now, how hard is it going to be to put this team away, and what do you have to do to put them away?
We got to have some stand-up defense and, once again, good goaltending. I don't think it's so much going to be an offensive game at this point. They have a lot of good goal scorers and a lot of quick guys. Really got to stand them up, and D's got to play good.
Well, thank you, Oliver. Continued success in the finals. Our 20-year-old sniper. Now back to our friend Tiffany.
Thanks, guys. We've also got $9 number callers performing on the Pro Beach hockey stage. And if you forget my friends, the Slammin' Dancers, you are crazy. Let's get this party started. Let's go to Chris Madsen and Marty McSorley, who are waiting for us courtside.
Pro Beach Hockey on ESPN is sponsored in part by V-Form. V-Form, the mind, body, and soul of roller hockey. It's the closest thing to being on ice.
You talk to Heavy Metal, and they'll tell you they couldn't have scripted it any better in Game 1. And the finishing touches, the final chapter, was really written by their goaltender, Ricky Plester, who turned aside 25 of 29 shots on goal.
Chris, I'm really excited for this game because I know this Express team has a lot of veterans, and they're going to come play. They're going to play an outstanding game. They gave Heavy Metal their only defeat of the season, and they're looking to do this now and knot up this final series.
Can they force a third and decisive game, or can Heavy Metal put the finishing touches on a 2-game sweep in this best-of-3 series as Oliver David's long rising shot sails wide, and Mike Callahan will cruise over to it.
Chris, very intuitive of you to find out that Dwayne Lear, ask him about it, find out that he's nearsighted. But I think Heavy Metal just noticed that he's had trouble with the long shots, and if they could continue to shoot that 2-point shot at him.
Or is he playing possum with us? Because would he even admit to such a thing, considering that you were standing by with a heavy metal player?
Well, if he's playing possum, he had trouble in the first game playing possum.
Did he ever? He's had trouble throughout this series this year against heavy metal, who likes to bring it from 2-point range.
Chris, in defense of Dwayne Lear, though, he may have had trouble with a few of the 2 points, but he played extremely well, and he's going to continue to play well to give his team a chance to get back to this series.
And in defense of anyone who has tried to corral this ball between the sun, the wind, and all the other elements you must take into consideration when a player releases that ball. The flight of the ball sometimes, well, it can certainly be redirected as Peter Dale tries to chip one home, and Dwayne Lear looks sharp in the opening couple of minutes of this one.
Great save by Dwayne Lear. Also a great move by Peter Dale. Not only with his speed on the outside, cutting back in, but getting the rebound and staying with it.
In fact, you know, he made mention of the running joke that takes place between him and his good buddy Brad Scholl, who, of course, starred with Salsa in gold during this tournament. He says as they're driving along the roads, whether back home or here in Southern California, they have a very difficult time making out the signs further and further down the roads. He says you really got to sneak up on it. But surprisingly, he doesn't wear any corrective lenses when he plays.
Well, maybe the fact that he's 35 and Brad Scholl's 36, their eyesight is just diminishing on them.
On the wing, Chad Siebel avoids the bump, takes the return pass, whistles one in on goal, and Dwayne Lear will wisely smother the loose ball with Peter Dale in the vicinity. So Jeff Prime will work it out of his own end, straight ahead delivery, and I'll tell you, the Express is having a difficult time cracking the defensive code that has been set up thus far here by heavy metal.
Chris, I was curious whether the Express would change their lineup at all. Both teams have 8 forwards and a goaltender, so they have 2 full line changes, but they've gone with the same groups of 4 to see if they can come back in game 2.
Peter Dale from just atop the dome zone. Pickpocketed from behind by Jeff Prime. 3-on-2 if he rushes up quickly. Long bouncing shot. It escapes Ricky Plester. Well, as you all know, this has been a long, grueling season for each of the players that participated in the second annual PBH tournament. And I had a chance once again to chat with Ricky Plester, and he told me perhaps it hasn't been any more taxing than it has been on the goaltenders. You know that he is down 10 pounds.
Oh, I definitely believe it. It is very hot out here in this court, and this court being black, the sun coming right up off it. These guys wearing a lot of padding because this ball really stings. As you can see, 3 goaltenders getting dinged in the head this year and cutting them or scarring them.
In fact, Mike Callahan, who was sitting across the stall from Ricky Plester when I was having this conversation, says, you know, if that's the case, I think I'm going to come back as a goaltender next year. Long shot, caroms off a body, and Jeff Prime will pick it off the near wall. Prime with it, looking for traffic to develop up the wing. Ball intercepted and steered ahead. Denemansky touch pass, 2-point range opportunity here for Charles Graff. He'll drop it off. Oliver David has Denemansky driving to the net. And as David runs out of real estate, he'll be greeted on the hanging V by Mike Callahan.
Nice move by Oliver David, going up on the ramp, trying to protect the ball, but he's up against a wily veteran, Mike Callahan, who's coming all the way back and playing good defense.
Callahan, 2-point range, shoots and scores! And Mike Callahan said prior to the game, the first one I bought is for my son Mitchell. Is it in or is it not?
It's a goal, but Ricky Plester is upset. He feels he got bumped. But the Express, I talked to them before the game, they said they're going to send guys to the net. They're not going to go behind the net. They're going to go across the front of the net and create traffic. And we have guys going to the net. It disturbs the goaltender. And Mike Callahan unloading that ball. With the heat and everything else, that ball dips a little bit. Ricky Plester lost it, and we've got a game.
So Mitchell, when Papa comes home, don't forget to give him a high five. That one's worth the deuce and a 2-0 lead. Callahan said, you're going to see me shooting more and more here in game 2. Opportunity grab. Shot blocked. Loose ball, David with it. Steps around the defense. Works his way in down low. Tries to center on the backhand, and Dwayne Lear pops that right shoulder out to make the save.
This is a huge boost of confidence for the Express. The Express losing the first game and jumping on the board early in the second game gets them right back in this. They've got the confidence they need. If they can continue on, they're looking for a third game, Chris.
Well, you'll remember back in game 1, Marty, the Express felt they deserved a much better fate than the 7-4 defeat they were handed down. They outshot heavy metal in the second half, 17-11. but yet they were outscored 4 points to 1. Lear doesn't know where it's at. He gets a toe on the rebound.
Great initial save, and he just stayed in the middle of the net looking for the ball. Peter Dale couldn't quite finish it.
Here comes Eric Rice trying to finish a two-point shot. He does! He scores!
Ricky Plester shaking his head. He's upset right now. He's still upset about the first call. Ricky Plester has to forget about that and get back because his heavy metal team could score. Now there's a turnover, and there hasn't been many, and when there have, they've capitalized. Eric Rice comes in and unloads it just outside the zone. Low blocker. Great shot on the short side.
It's the streets. That's right. It's about survival. Gotta push. Gotta react.
Come on, react.
Gotta make it happen.
That's right. Make it happen.
Never quit.
Don't quit.
Find a difference.
Free your mind.
Hi. At Snapple, we know the pressures facing young fruit today. How easy it is to go bad, start hanging with the bad crowd, mixing with preservatives. That's why here at Snapple, we've created a place where good fruit can come to get even better, to learn skills, to interact with other fruit they would never meet on the outside. Snapple and fruit, making the best of it together. The best stuff is in here.
There's a new rock star in town.
PlayStation.
I think you have to realize who you are as a person, you know, who you are as a child of God, and that your potential is just so much greater than any chemical substance. You know, drugs, they destroy people, they destroy lives, they destroy families. You know, I'm soon to be a mother, you know, and these are things I think about. Please stay positive and stay away from the drugs because, you know, there's no place positive you can get with that route.
ESPN's continuing coverage of Pro Beach hockey from Huntington Beach, California. I'm Chris Matson alongside NHLer Marty McSorley. Hope you're enjoying the action. Thus far, it has been all expressed with a couple of two-point goals.
It's great excitement. This game has started out at a furious pace. Nobody is standing around. Everybody's moving. It's making the defensive job much tougher, but these guys are open for passes. There's been great passes, great goaltending, an exciting game, Chris.
Backhand dish by Tim Hannon, who had a marvelous game in Game 1. Had a goal and a two-point goal. Turnaround shot, Brett Kurtz sails that one wide.
Eric Rice always looking for his men, cutting to the net. Always dangerous when he has the ball, either on the shot or the pass.
Loose ball up the wing. Look at Peter Dale throw on the afterburners.
Great speed. He's trying to put this Express team away by himself.
Loose ball. Tournament on the wing. Peter Dale. Greeted along the near boards. He gets bumped cleanly out of the play by Mike Dewars. He's supported on the back wall by Eric Rice, and he'll lacrosse swatted out to the midcourt. During the regular season, Heavy Metal ran away with the overall standings, 8-1-1. Express 5-4-1. But the Express did something that nobody else could do in the regular season. Defeat this club in regulation time.
Well, this Heavy Metal team is so hard defensively. They have such great pursuit of the ball. They believe that they're going to come back and retrieve the ball in their end, not give up odd man chances, and get odd man chances going the other way.
Dewars with it. Is able to swat it ahead. It's batted down with a hand pass, but they're going to let the ball continue to roll back the other way as Rick Sylvester will send it up the left wing boards. Boy, I'll tell you, it's got to be a taxing day in goal, especially for a guy like Dwayne Lear wearing these dark uniforms in this hot California sun. But right now, Express has had the greater amount of energy. Adamaski misses everything.
They continue to take those long shots, Chris, testing Dwayne Lear to see if they can get another two-point shot, being down 4-0.
Right now, they haven't put the scope on. The sharpshooters have been way off thus far for Heavy Metal. Brett Kurtz and the Express, realizing they're running out of options, will just volley the ball ahead. And as Nick Young gets the worst of an exchange with Rick Sylvester, the ball is picked up on the boards by Tim Hannon.
Chris, you said that Heavy Metal hasn't been scoring, and they haven't, but the Express have such great pursuit on the ball, and they're not making any ill-advised passes. They're keeping the ball along the wall. They're making great tape-to-tape passes, or they're eating the ball in their skates, waiting for chances.
Callahan trying to thread the needle to Steve Bogievis. Bogievis thus far in the playoffs has pretty much been a non-factor. He's only had 1 goal and 1 assist in 3 previous games in the postseason.
Absolutely, Chris. He's a dangerous player for them. They need him to start scoring if they're going to upset this heavy team.
Slap shot.
Heavily favored team.
Are they ever? And did Tim Hannon lean into that blast or what? And Dwayne Lear did a terrific job of following the track to the net. As the ball is sent the length of the floor, Plester will leave it in behind his own net. Just under 6 minutes to play. The score, 4-0 the Express. We go to break. You're watching the PBH playoffs on ESPN.
Are you ready to hit the road?
Ever wish the world were more solid under your feet?
When the going gets tough, is a driver's seat the only seat for you?
Are you ready for something you've always wanted?
Then get to the Pontiac Hit the Road Summer Sell Down for 0% APR financing or $1,000 cash back on any solid 99 Grand Am.
Hit the road for Pontiac driving excitement.
See your dealer today.
What are you waiting for?
All right, now this is the genuine article here. It's real, 100% cubic zirconium. Just look at this ring. Isn't it gorgeous? Now, if you call right now...
Only TNN brings the outrageous thrill of Roller Jam into your home. Roller Jam, Friday nights at 9 p.m., a part of the Thrill Zone, only on TNN.
Yeah. People think I live a pampered life, but I work hard to keep up my business. For example, no matter how late I was out the night before or how much I want to hit that snooze button, I always manage to wake up first thing in the morning and catch that 11 a.m. Sports Center.
Powering up. You got it. 3 homers in 3 games. Fernando Tatis to start the season.
It's not easy, but it's all about commitment.
You think founder David McLean was onto something when he said inline hockey has to be played outdoors, or what?
This stands our jam. The beach is jam. What a great day here in Huntington Beach.
And Mike Callahan again has brought his entourage to Huntington Beach. Backhand shot. Peter Dale has been the most effective forward thus far in the game. He has done everything but finish for Heavy Metal.
And Dwayne Lear has Peter Dale's number right now, but I can't see it lasting much longer. Peter Dale has generated some great offensive chances.
Tournament line shoots upstairs, and Dwayne Lear just waves at it. Loose ball along the near boards. 3-man scrum out of the corner. Mike Callahan gets rocked back on his heels.
Peter Dale said before the game he's having trouble lining guys up because everybody's moving. They're keeping their feet moving, their legs moving, their knees high, they're churning. It's hard to line a guy up.
Steve Bogievis commanding his space out of the corner, looking for a man in the high slot. Prime likes to shoot from long range. Here it comes. The shot is juggled and dropped to the floor by Ricky Plester. Eric Rice leads all scorers in the playoffs with 10 points. Callahan is second with 9. Tim Hannon is third with 8. Salsa and the Webb Warriors were the other 2 postseason combatants. But Salsa was upended in a terrific comeback performance by Heavy Metal. And look out here, Bogievis, 2 whacks at the loose ball, can't finish. Meanwhile, the Webb Warriors were felled in 2 by the Express.
Salsa played unbelievably well. They had some great performances by Brad Scholl, Ray Matz, and a few other players. The Web Warriors had some gutsy performances by players like Jacques Mayad, who played with a broken thumb. They came to play, all of them. The playoffs are really, really exciting.
Ricky Sylvester will throw the ball into the near corner as it's batted outside the playing surface. Free drop should go to the Express along the far wall at the Half Moon.
Look at these guys, Chris. Their mouths are wide open. They're gasping for air. These guys are playing extremely hard. I'm wondering if they're going to start shortening their shifts a little bit so they can be fresher for each shift.
On the wing, Eric Rice. Bump from behind. Oh, breakaway. Kurtz moves and shoots and scores. And Brett Kurtz has scored at least a goal in every playoff game.
What a great goal by Brett Kurtz. These Express team right now, they want no doubt that there's going to be a third game. They're not trying to give Heavy Metal any room whatsoever. Brett Kurtz gets the ball and he's in full flight. The defenseman had stepped up and stopped. Brett Kurtz had him standing on an island, steps around him, comes in on the goalie, and beats Ricky Plester. Brett Kurtz faked like he was going to deke to the left, so he comes up on the short side. Ricky Plester trying to follow him across the net. Great goal by Brett Kurtz.
And Brett Kurtz taking in the sights on the Jumbotron, enjoying what is now the playoff leading 6-goal performance that he has put together in the first 3+ games of the postseason. He is now 4th overall in points in the postseason with 7. Pick it off. Rick Sylvester, drop it off. Eric Bones Rice, 3-on-1, winding, shoots upstairs, and Plester just got the shoulder on it. Boy, I'll tell you, this is a rejuvenated Express Hockey Club. Give and go, drive to the net, look at Kurtz, wait for the player to commit, and a tremendous recovery on defense by Rick Sylvester to deny him the shot.
Chris, the Express are shooting everything right now. There might be opportunities to make passes, but they're favoring getting the puck at the net, getting the ball there, and fighting for rebounds, and it's been paying off for them.
I'm Chris Manson alongside Marty McSorley. Hope you're enjoying this breakneck action in Huntington Beach, California. We're down to the final 2:50 and ticking here in the opening half. And so as things heat up inside the court, what about outside? Let's go to our host, Tiffany, for more.
Thanks, Chris. Wow, Express are amazing. We might just have to have 3 games. We'll find out. Stick with us because we'll have more of the first half and $9 Melon Baller on the Pro Beach Hockey stage, and you won't want to miss that.
Buddy Lee was an inspiration to us. He wasn't just selling jeans. He was selling courage, hope. And I, for one, was buying. We used to say, when someone did something extremely brave or good, that was Buddy Lee good. And after he retired, well, we tried other things. Boy, that wasn't the same. Buddy Lee was a tank in jeans. Not real small jeans.
Lee dungarees. Can't bust them. Do unto others.
Man, that's just me. Stop it, I'm getting misty.
As they would do unto you. Mel Gibson. Payback. Rated R. Watch it today on video and DVD.
Two-point goal, shoot outside the pink line, dome zone, score double. A chance for a comeback or to put a team away.
Oh, yeah, Pro Beach hockey has gone on big time, not only here in Southern California, but throughout North America. Hannon looking, delivering up the floor, and Primal just working right back the other way. Oh, my! Ball was touched with an apparent stick over the shoulder. Good call by one of the officials. Free drop for the Express on the far wing.
Chris, some of these guys are really enjoying their TV coverage. It's old hat for some of these guys who have a lot of NHL experience, NHL training camps, Junior A, but some of these guys, some of their first time to be in such high-pressure finals action. Being on TV, some guys have reacted very, very well. You can see if you look at the scoring for both teams, the veterans have really stepped up. They're a little more comfortable in this pressure situations.
Slap shot taken, Peter Dale. You notice we haven't seen Vashi Netamansky in a while. for heavy metal. And we have just received word from Brian Frank, the athletic trainer, in the locker room that Netemansky is suffering from a severe case of heat prostration and cramps in the leg. We'll keep an eye on his situation. This game, 5-0, heavy metal. 2-point goals apiece for Rice and Callahan. Brett Kurtz with his league-leading 6th in the postseason.
Chris, if you want to hear something interesting, Netemansky, Vaclav Netemansky, before the game with it being so hot, thought he would cool off, went down to the ocean and jumped in the ocean a little bit. He came in with all the salt on him and decided he would shower it off. Now, I wonder if that's had anything to do with it.
Good point. Peter Dale shooting down low, and Dwayne Lear has looked razor sharp this far in this game. Lear has now stopped all 10 heavy metal shots on goal as we're down to the final minute, 10 seconds of this running time, 15-minute opening half.
Been a very impressive period for the Express team. Come out facing elimination and totally dominating.
2-on-0, Siebel looking, shooting, and Dwayne Lear shuts the door with a spectacular reaction with the blocker. Turnover, 2-on-1. Bogey Avis with Rice, moves in on goal, and using his head to his advantage as Ricky Plester, he got the noggin on it.
Very great save. Took as much of the net as he could. He took away the deke by laying his stick flat.
Loose ball, in deep. Bogey Avis 3 hacks at it. Nobody home again. Where's the defense for heavy metal?
Well, Ricky Plester's giving his team a chance to stay in this right now. With the second half started, I'm sure Ricky Plester's saying, hey, fellas, let's get on the scoreboard and get this going.
Well, time's grinding down here in the opening half. And you'd have to go back a ways to remember a half in this tournament where heavy metal goes without. This is going to be a first. And Brett Kurtz and the Express have come out with a vengeance. Turnaround shot by Rice. Rattles the glass. And you talk about a first half for the record books. How about it for the Express? 2-point goals apiece for Eric Rice and Mike Callahan. Brett Kurtz tacks on another, and Dwayne Lear, nothing short of spectacular here on ESPN.
There's a new rock star in town.
PlayStation.
Rick, this is Mike Holmgren, and I'm not the Mike Holmgren. I'm just a guy in Seattle with the same name as a coach. So go ahead, bench the entire Seahawks D if they get face mask penalties against other players in your fantasy league. Don't call this number again.
Welcome back to Pro Beach Hockey. Are you ready for halftime? Well, guess who's on the Pro Beach Hockey stage? $9 Melon Ballers. Check it out.
Was I ever once a part of your group? What did you make me try so hard to fit in? Would you have stayed my friend all these years? Well, that's a vicious cycle, and I go round and round. And the only way is not the way for me. Now I've always trusted your reason, but I never ask how you are. Well, you know me better than anyone. was a careful wish on my part. I didn't want to, try too hard, so I would give in. You always were the first to call me, yeah. That's ambitious cycle, and I go round and round. And the only way, it's not the way for me. Now I've always trusted your reason.
Professors, behold my newest discovery.
I believe that's already been invented.
Well, I've discovered a way to get all long-distance calls for only 99 cents.
Impossible.
It's true. Dial 10-10-220 and talk up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents.
And if you talk longer?
It's just 9 cents a minute after that.
What about fees or contracts?
They don't exist. It's flawless.
It's your best work yet.
I know.
Discover 10-10-220.
My goal is to run the mile in 5 minutes.
My goal is to bench press 280. My goal is to hit 30 home runs.
My goal is to throw a keg over a 20-foot wall.
And if I don't, to get out of the way before it hits me in my head.
GNC's Pro Performance Creatine can help increase explosive muscle performance for high-intensity sports. Come into GNC and play the Pro Performance Training Camp game, and you could instantly win tickets to the Pro Football Championship or one of 26,000 prizes. GNC. Train hard, live well.
FogDog.com, your anytime, anywhere sports store. Fog Dog.
下町から生中継です。東京近郊は何キロも大渋滞です。バディリーを見に来たんだ。キャンプバス。マンラブアクションといえばバディリー。稀な東京での登場です。
Lee Dungarees. Can't bust them.
Welcome back to Huntington Beach, California. Are you ready for the second half? I know I am. Let's go to Chris and Marty for the call.
Thank you, Tiffany. I'm here with the leading goal scorer of the playoffs, Brett Kurtz. Brett, you guys are flying out there. What are you doing different this game than you did the first game?
Well, I think in that first game, we simply didn't come out with our game plan. We wanted to go to a one-man forecheck and keep 3 men back, and then pick and choose our spots. And unfortunately, that didn't happen for us. We let in a couple of long goals, and we got behind, and it's hard to come back when you're behind.
Talk to us about the heat and the furious pace. Nobody's standing around out here. What's the effect on the game?
Well, I think, you're going to see as this game moves along, it's basically going to be who wants it more. Guys are going to get tired, and the only way to be successful in this game is to move. You got to move and move to the openings, and both teams realize that, and both teams are trying to keep that up.
Well, great performance, Brett. Now back up to my buddy Chris.
And Marty, their big man Mike Callahan is moving so well. He has now accounted for 8 of the 14 goals that the Express has scored against Heavy Metal head-to-head in 3+ matches. Let's go to the storyline of this game. There you see Callahan with a 2-point marker. Rice has added a 2-pointer plus an assist. And, of course, Dwayne Lear said, this one is mine to win. He's been absolutely perfect through 15 minutes. Welcome back to historic Huntington Beer in Huntington Beach, California, site of the 2nd annual PBH hockey tournament, put on by founder David McLean and a wonderful staff. What a response they have gotten here. They are packed to the gills in the stands. We get set to start second half action.
And the people saw a great first half of action. Express trying to get back in this series after losing the first game, coming out and giving us a 5-0 lead in an exciting first half.
Along the far wall, Oliver David works over Mike Callahan, who's able to work the ball up the floor. David again gets right into the thick of things and lays the body on Callahan again.
Chris, what I'm impressed with is a player like Mike Callahan now with a 5-0 lead. He's going to play great defense. He's going to give his team an opportunity to win. And he's been doing that the whole playoffs, and he's still second in scoring.
Callahan has been nothing short of spectacular. In my mind, he's got to be given primary consideration for the MVP award. And if he can somehow, some way, lead his club back to pull this series even and force a third and decisive game, what a miraculous comeback that would be for this Express Hockey Club.
Well, if Express win the championship, I'd like to see the meal Mike Callahan's going to have, the celebration meal.
Loose ball in behind the net. Peter Dale watches as the ball is rejected into the opposite corner. Rich Sylvester will step up on it, looking for an option. He's running out of room, and Dwayne Lear, realizing that, just poke checks the ball aside.
Every one of the Express players is keeping their body between the heavy metal player and their own net. They're not letting anybody get loose, letting anybody get behind them for a free chance, and they're tying up the sticks.
This is the fourth meeting dating back to the regular season between these two clubs. Callahan now with 4 single-point markers, a 2-pointer in the opening half, and 3 assists. Not a bad day at the office.
Oh, bad line change for Express. Peter Dale on a breakaway, and he hits it off the crossbar. What a great quick up by Heavy Metal.
Tremendous read out of their own zone. And an equally fine response from Dwayne Lear. I'll tell you, Dale had him beat on the deke, but Lear again just popped that stick out and got a piece of the ball, just enough to force it to graze the post.
Well, some guys don't score because they're not working hard, but Peter Dale is working incredibly hard. Here we see him getting the pass, picking it up, coming in. Great save by Dwayne Lear. Dwayne Lear, a lot of traffic in around that net. He's played very well this game.
But Heavy Metal could equally be described as the comeback kids of this tournament. They have been down at the half in 5 of their last 7 games. Of those games, well, 4 wins, 2 losses, and this one still has plenty of time to go, over 12 minutes to go. Once again, spectacular job by our AD Bob Spurk in tandem with our statistician Brian Hagan. Back the other way they roll. Brett turns with it. Shimmy steps around the defense, but a very effective poke check by Rob Chorneman leaves the ball on the wing. Bashi Nedemansky taking his first hit since leaving the game with leg cramps. Oh, look at that. Dwayne Lear again makes a spectacular save. And Nedemansky is shaken up.
You can't be out here standing around and being sore. These guys are playing too hard at too quick a pace. Vaclav Nedemansky over at the bench with his head down, wanting to get back in action, and we're going to go to break.
Nice car, huh?
Yeah.
99 Oldsmobile Alero, automatic transmission, all-speed traction control, 4-wheel ABS, all standard. And car and driver called the Alero GL, downright world class.
Can I take a test drive?
Huh? Oh, I don't work here.
Buying a car requires research, so go ahead, find out all you can, and check out the Alero at the Oldsmobile Smart Choice Sales Event. Now get great 0% financing or $750 cash back on the road-hugging Alero for a limited time at your local Oldsmobile dealer.
Some of the finest food in Tidewater can be found in Topeka's. Topeka's Steakhouse. Great steaks are just the beginning.
Sometimes I get distracted. Once I missed the beginning of NFL Tonight. I took my knowledge for granted, and it started to go away. Is back. That makes me happy.
Pro beach hockey. Hitting is part of the game, but not on the ramps. You may be penalized. Pro beach hockey.
All right, that you're about. If you're heavy metal, you say, hey, when are you going to get the wake-up call?
Absolutely. They can't wait around for a third game. They have to play great in the second half. Even if they don't win this game, they have to develop some better habits. They're being totally out-hustled and outplayed this game by a very tenacious Express club.
And Chad Siebel with an unfortunate turnover. You see, on the free out, you must make at least tape-to-tape contact on the initial pass. Siebel tried to catch Dwayne Lear off guard and sneak one in behind him. So give it right back to the Express and Steve Bogey-Avis. Pop it down low. Callahan shooting upstairs. Buster got a stick on it.
What great patience around the net. I love to see this guy with the ball on one-on-one with the goaltender. What a great test for great goaltenders like Ricky Plester.
Siebel will send ahead. There to collect for the Express is Eric Garvey. Ball is sent up the wing. Sticks come up. Siebel carries on. He's in two-point territory as he whistles a wicked wrist shot wide of the mark. And the ball is picked off the near boards. Callahan has been streaming in the direction of goaltender Rick Plester all day long, and he corrals the rebound off the Bogey-Avis shot.
Mike Callahan going in on the offense always comes back through the middle, always in a great defensive position. Now as we see Vaclav Nedemetsky is back in the dressing room right now with his legs still cramped up. That's a serious situation right now for heavy metal.
Especially in a game of such importance, and especially considering the fact that it is so warm out here under the California sun. You see, both teams only dress 9 players, 2 lines of 4 and a goaltender. Siebel looking, shooting, big save, front rebound, Lear! Oh my, while doing the slip, fell forward and denied a point-blank opportunity by Rob Jorneman.
And Rob Jorneman, one of the few times he's ventured up the court, knowing his team's down 5-0, racing in and fighting for a rebound. Good, smart jump up, activate as we call it when a defenseman jumps up on the offense.
Dwayne Lear has faced 15 shots. He has recorded 15 saves. And right now, the Express and Mike Dewars sporting a 5-0 lead that they built in the opening half on 2-point goals by Eric Rice and Mike Callahan, and a single-point marker by Brett Kurtz will try to force the issue up the floor. Pass intended for Rice, picked off Tim Hannon. Players will try to pin it on the wing. Michel Boyer saying, hey, keep it moving, boys, keep it moving. And on the dig, prevailing will be heavy metal.
What we're seeing now is Express have changed the game. They were so dynamic offensively first half and near the start of the second half. Now they're playing great defense. They're coming back extremely hard right now. They're not venturing too far offensively to give up any odd man chances.
Loose ball in open court. Trying to gear up from there. Brett Kurtz will lead the ball in the near corner. Well, coming into this one, the Express had amassed 19 goals for and given up 14 goals against. Heavy Metal, on the other hand, 15 goals for, 13 against. And now Express has really laid the body and some hurt offensively on Ricky Plester and Heavy Metal.
Chris, I am very, very impressed with how the play has progressed over the course of the season. These guys are handling the ball, making great one-on-one moves, making great defensive moves. This is really, really hard to do. I put my skates on and get out here when these guys are done a lot of days, and there's no way I can do some of the things these guys are doing right now.
They're getting more and more comfortable with this V-form technology, the chassis that they're using on their skates. Many of the players are raving about. The ice court, of course, has made a huge difference. And then, of course, the mild changes that they make to the ball gives it a true flight, just like that.
What a great goal. Nice set of passing. Eric Garvey finishing it off around the net. I think he was looking past. Ricky Plester gave him a little room on the short side. A nice turnover. Steve Bogey-Avis, wise play, puts it to the middle of the court to Mike Callahan. From there, he can go either way. Gets it over to Eric Garvey. Off short side, high. Ricky Plester not sure if there's going to be another pass across to Steve Bogey-Avis. Kind of tries to take as much as he can, and the ball squeaks in short side. Great goal.
For Eric Garvey, his 3rd postseason goal, and the Express trying to pull off what no other club has done in this tournament. Chris, I don't want to mention it.
I don't want to say this, but if I was playing for the heavy metal right now, you've got to lay some thumps on some of these guys from the Express. You have to get it in their mind. If there's going to be a third game, it's going to be a hard-fought one. So you go out of your way a little bit to lay the body on these guys and develop some good habits for your team.
Loose ball along the near boards. Oliver David has scored 5 of the 10 heavy metal goals this year head-to-head against the Express. He, like everyone else in a white uniform here today, tough sledding.
Well, Dwayne Lear's been outstanding. His defense has been outstanding. Tremendous. We talk about pursuit of the ball, pursuit offensively, defensively. Heavy metal has not had an opportunity to make 3 or 4 passes consecutively.
Ball on the wing, picked off and brought back the other way by Eric Garvey. He'll send ahead to Callahan. He's just lethal from there. And a spectacular glove hand save by Ricky Plester to deny it.
Ricky Plester seems to have Mike Callahan's number. It seems like he's charged up every time Mike Callahan has the ball.
All right, here comes Eric Rice, and Plester does the splits. As the ball rolls off Rice's tape, he regroups at the top of the dome zone. And right now, no doubt about it, the Express is taking their best game to heavy metal. And for more of the best from the beats, we go to our host, Tiffany.
Thanks, Chris. I'm standing on the boardwalk, and it's packed. I invited everyone to my beach party, sent out invitations, and they all showed up. Well, don't you go anywhere, because we'll have more pro beach hockey action right after this.
Rejoice, citizens, the delicious whippersnapple fruit smoothie is here. Your blender is now obsolete. One blender gets you one whippersnapple fruit smoothie.
A blender! Hey!
6 tempting flavors, blended fruit juice, fruit puree, and other good stuff.
It's better this way.
Come, be like the others. Choose whippersnapple today.
The best stuff is in here.
We're Everclear, just your average band of losers and one-hit wonders. You know, when I was a kid, it was always assumed that drugs were cool. Never talked about the damage it's going to do to you physically and mentally. My big brother was everything to me. He died of an overdose when I was 12, at the age of 21. He looked like he was about 45 years old from all the speed and heroin that he'd shot. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Figure it out for yourself. I don't know what else to say.
Do unto others.
Man, that's just me. Stop it, I'm getting misty.
As they would do unto you. Mel Gibson. Payback. Rated R. Watch it today on video and DVD.
You got it. You got it. Have you even seen the Harlem Globetrotters play?
I remember one time I went to D.C. and they had this exhibit on the Globetrotters at the Smithsonian.
I'm saying, when was you even in D.C.? You got it. Yo, the Globetrotters are some serious ball players. Ball players today, they got to be knowledgeable of their old school style. You know? Not even looking. You got it.
You've got to call 1-800-CLASSIC to get ESPN Classic.
Along with our director, Mark Victorio, I'm Chris Manson alongside Marty McSorley, welcoming you back to Huntington Beach, California. Time grinding down on heavy metal. Will the Express prevail and force a third game in this best-of-3 series?
Chris, we've talked about pressure. Right now, heavy metal is down 6-0 this game, and they're going to be faced with a third game if they don't do something incredible here before the end of the game. How much pressure is going to be on these two goaltenders right now? How much pressure on some of these young guys? How much pressure on the Guns to continue to carry their teams? Third game, sudden death pretty much for their teams. You can't afford bad penalties. It's going to be so exciting.
You saw Brent Kurtz give the head fake and dish the ball back the other way. Out of the reach of Eric Rice. He loses an edge in the near corner, and a long rising shot by Ricky Sylvester is batted down at the defense. You talk about pressure, though. I think your brother's going to be under some pressure. who happens to be the PBA's commissioner. Who is he going to bring in to take the place of Washington Amaski if he is not given medical clearance to play in a third game?
Well, that's going to be a tremendous hole to fill. You're going to have to bring in a very, very quality player to fill his hole, especially and somebody who's going to be prepared to play so well third game of the finals.
Oh, look at the recovery by the Express in their own zone. Coming to the aid of their goaltender, Dwayne Lear. 5 minutes to go here in the second half. Big pileup in the near corner.
Things are getting physical right now. Heavy Metal not wanting to go quietly. There's whacking and chopping Peter Dale right on the giving end of that. Wanting to let Jeff Prime know things won't be so easy next game.
Oh, 2 points takedown right in front of Michel Boyer. Holding is going to be the call, and it looks like Brett Kurtz slow in getting up. If he can collect himself, we'll take the free shot. Let's pick up the action just inside the zone. Look at the inside move on Kurtz, and then look at the finish. Boy, that's a quality takedown.
Well, you know, when you're down 6-0 and a guy beats you like that, you want to let him pay a little bit. You want to put it in the back of his mind that you're not a freebie. If you get stranded a little bit, you're going to make him pay if you step around him. You want to show him the stick a little bit, and outside of 6-0, you can't afford to take penalties. You do have to count on your goaltender at times. But Brett Kurtz has great moves. His inside-outside moves. He moves left, right very, very well.